Welcome to my list of the best black metal albums of 2023 so far. I know I'm not wearing black today, but my coffee is black. I don't know if you can see it. Don't spill, don't there. You can trust me. You trust our good old Uncle Questy, don't you? But yeah, we're going to talk about my favourite black metal albums of the year so far. I did do a recent video of metal in general. I had a couple of black metal albums on there, so I'm going to run through them quickly, because they are worth your time as well. The first one being Enslaved, Heimdal. Fantastic progressive black metal band. One of the best, and Heimdal's one of the best of the year. Next one, minenwerfer with fuerwalze. Furious, intense, kind of, I don't want to say war metal, because that sounds like archgoat and blasphemy and stuff, but you know what I mean, like metal in the war kind of theme, like Marduk. Intense, furious, cool melodies, good stuff. Afsky with hundarade. Beautiful, melancholic black metal. I had the chance of seeing them live this year. It was fantastic. So if you want that melancholic kind of atmospheric black, they will have you covered. Hellripper with warlocks, grim and withered hags. Furious, speedy black metal. Just fun as hell. Fun is the name of the game. Great stuff by Hellripper. Love it. Next up is mesarthim with Arrival. This is in the more spacey cosmic category, with the kind of trance elements mixed with black metal, merging together in a perfect culmination. Amazing. So those were the albums I mentioned on my previous video. So let's get in with all the other black metal albums I haven't mentioned. So let's get started with my list, let's start with a big one, Immortals, War Against All. It's Immortal. You know, classics of the genre. If you like melodic black, you'll like Immortal. Demonaz's vocals are quite cool on here. A lot of people saying it's kind of generic, but I actually disagree. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this album from start to finish, from start to Swedish, and I don't see anything bad about it. The only bad thing I can say about it is it's not quite as good as Northern Chaos Gods. That's literally the only bad thing I could say. But it's fun, it's paint by numbers, you know what you're going to get, it's Immortal. Check it out. Now let's talk about an album which did Immortal maybe better than Immortal this year. Lamp of Murmuurr with Saturnian Bloodstorm. What a cool name. This album just is melodic up the wazoo. Oh my god. The melodies on here, it reminds me of At the Heart of Winter. So if you like At the Heart of Winter, please check this album out. You will love it. You'll absolutely love it. It's a lot different to the earlier stuff, like Submission and Slavery, which I might like a little bit more, but this album's still flawless, and if you like melodic black, you gotta check out Lamp of Murmuurr, Saturnian Bloodstorm. It's a must listen. Next up was morgul with Nebelung. I probably pronounced that wrong. This German black metal band is so good. You know, Tolkien inspired with the name. They've been an underrated band for a long time. I need to do a ranking for them. I love the vocals on here. The riffs are juicy. The melodies are amazing, and the vocals are just harsh and just evil as all hell, but it's still, you know, takes you along on a journey, and that's what you want. You're going to go to Minas Morgul, you want to go on a journey, you know, you want to fight some orcs. That's what you get with this album. It's beautiful, it's came out recently. Go check out Minas Morgul. Next up is Grafvitnir, Into the Outer Wilderness. Into the Outer Wilderness! Speaking of more fun, black metal, Grafvitnir is back. I like the last couple of albums, and this one is no exception. They're just very, very consistent band. Very consistent. And this one has some catchy songs on, like the title track, as I said. That's been stuck in my head for a long time, since it came out. You know what you can get with Grafvitnir? I never know how to say the name. Never know how to say the fucking name. But a beautiful band nonetheless, and every album they've got is just pure magic, and you need to check the new one out too. Ooh, it's a moon, it's a goatmoon. Goatmoon with what once shall be again, or whatever the hell it's called. This album is amazing. Like, from the artwork I knew it was going to be glorious. I like all Goatmoon's albums, pretty much all of them. And this one is maybe one of the best. You know, on re-listens, this one is just one of the catchiest ones they've ever done. I know I said in my review when I talked about it that the intro is a bit jarring, but then after the little 10-second intro, whatever, it goes into full force, amazing the whole way through, and I still agree on that. But yeah, this album is like one of Goatmoon's complete best. You have to check this album out. It'll probably be on the end of the year list because it's that damn good. This one is a standout. spacey stuff. Esoctrilihum with, I'm gonna have to read it, Astraal Constellations of the Majestic Zodiac. They're taking cues from Inquisition with these fucking titles. Esoctrilihum, one of the hardest working guys in black metal, oh my god. It seems like there's an album every goddamn month. The last one, Funeral, was like a funeral doom album. This one's back to, you know, cosmic black metal, and it's so long. If you like long cosmic black metal with kind of like a Cthulhu-esque sound to it, because the vocals do sound like an eldritch demon is singing to you. If that sounds good to you, check out this album, because it's glorious. Time for some more fun black metal. Thulcandra with Hail the Abyss. This is just puts a smile on your face. It's that kind of black metal like hellripper. Not quite as speedy, but more fun. It's in that melodic black metal kind of style, which just is high octane, high intensity melodic black. None of this kind of mid-pace shit. It gets you just wanting to run around, scream the lyrics. It's a fun time. Thulcandra nails it with this album. One of the best of the month. I had it in my Albums of the Month video. Love it. Gotta make it here. Next up is Deus with, what was it? Legacy. That's it. I forgot the title. Good thing I got the list right here. Deus with Legacy. This is a fantastic album. Quite furious and evil. Reminding me of like Rotting Christ of Varathrun or Necromantia. And that kind of Greek kind of sound of the album itself just sounds so good. It has those murky qualities. The vocals are insane. And it just feels like, you know, you're speaking with demons when you're listening to this album. It's so good, underrated as well. I think you guys should all check it out. Next up is Varma with Varma. That is correct. This one is, again, kind of like Esoctrilihum. Creepy, cosmic. You can tell by the art it's going to be weird, and it is, but it's more terrifying. It's like, I don't know, like a dark space kind of sound mixing in with Deathspell. There's weird, dissonant kind of melodies and riffs, and the crazy screaming. It's harrowing. It's nightmare fuel, and if you like some nightmare fuel, check this album out, because it'll send you off to sleep. I love it. Give you nightmares. Next up is arhenthorns with The Ravening. This is a unique album on the list. This is, it's like black metal mixed with a bit of speed, with a bit of power metal. It has so many different genre styles within this album. It's so unique and fun. It's a very fun album. It takes you on a trip. You don't know what to expect from song to song. You can tell by the album art it's going to be a fun time. Like, what kind of album art is this? This is like power metal. Loved it from start to finish. It's one you all need to check out because it's full of twists and turns. I like albums that surprise me, and this surprised the hell out of me. Go give it a listen. Next up is Imperium Decadence with Into Sorrow Evermore. Imperium Decadence is German black metal band with mixing in the sorrow and the beauty with the despair. They do it so well. They're masters at the craft. I liked every single album they've done, and they're very underrated. No one talks about them. I swear it's only me and Jamie that talks about Imperium Decadence. You guys need to check them out, because they are underrated as hell, and they deserve more love, and so does this new album. Next up is murmuurr with Diepet. Is it Diepet? Or was it Deepet? Diepet? Anyway, murmuurr, getting very big in the underground. Classic album, so furious, the vocals. I love the vocal style on here. It's annoying, because I had a chance to see murmuurr this year, but I saw afsky instead. I'm pretty sure afsky was on during them, and I'm kind of like gutted because I wanted to see murmuurr as well. But I love afsky as well, so it was a hard choice. Some people are probably going to slam me for that. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, this murmuurr album was great. I loved the kind of intensity in the vocals. I loved the melodies within. Everything just had this thick atmosphere around it. One of the bigger Norwegian black metal bands to come out recently, and yeah, you know, up and coming, big stuff. You'll probably heard of them already. Go check out Diepet. Next up is Heimdal with Black Medium Current. This is a strange one. It's getting lots of hype online recently. It's kind of like Arcturus. If you like the strangeness of Arcturus and the spacey atmosphere, you'll like Heimdal. Mixing in industrial with weird singing and also the screams and then the beepity boops of space. You'll like this album. I was thoroughly entertained with it. I wouldn't say it's my favourite on the list. Like some people are saying it's 10 out of 10. Not for me, but I still enjoyed it, and I'm going to put it on this list because everyone else is giving it like 5 out of 5s, 10 out of 10s. So I'm going to include it so people can check it out as well. Very strange, very weird, very much like Arcturus or, I don't know, The Covenant, that kind of style of music. So yeah, got to mention it. And lastly, Fantifaxif with Hive Mind Narcosis, forgot the name of it again. This is for those crazy fuckers. This is for absolute madmen. This is like Deathspell Omega, kind of just walls of noise, insane, like ulcerate, that kind of music. Just, if you want your head pummeled into dust, this is the album for you. Very strange, very dissonant, very just overbearing. It's heavy as fuck as well, and I love it. This is great. Also, the new And Oceans. That's a pretty good album as well. It's a pretty good album as well. So yeah, there's too many albums to talk about. Those are just some of my favourites of this year so far. What did you think of my list? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.